It's your lousy Florida gardener. Welcome back here to the garden in Florida Zone 8B. We're coming into April. I'm going to show you today how to dig some elephant ears. In Florida, you usually don't have to dig your bulbs during the winter time, so this would really only apply to whenever you want to move your bulbs or separate your bulbs. A lot of stuff you have times a year. Elephant ears are hardy. I've moved them at all times of the year. I went over and got some from somebody and he just plucked them out of the ground. I went home and stuck them in the ground before. A lot of the northern states, it just gets too cold. You have to dig them. Now, you would generally do this later in the season, around your first frost or just shortly thereafter, so that you can get them up, get the tops cut off. Either way, the principle will apply for both purposes. So I'm only moving these because I've decided I want to put a little something else there in the bed. These are some smaller type cup type elephant ears. So let's go over to the bed and I'll show you what we're going to do. So the first thing you want to do is look at your bed. If you got anything in there, decorations or anything like that, go ahead and move what you can out of the way. If your edging is removable and it sticks up, remove it. If not, you have to work around it. Then you want to go ahead and pull back any pine straw, any mulching, so that you can see your bed. And once you got your pine straw removed, now we can get down to digging it. Now this particular elephant ear that I'm digging up here, the leaves are not very large when they get big. They're probably about the size of my hand, but they get really thick, and they do better planted in clumps. But even if it's bigger elephant ears, the principle is the same. Come out from your plants so that you don't mess up no more bulbs than you have to, and just start digging kind of around your plant. And loosen that soil as best you can. Now on single elephant ears, after you loosen this soil, you can usually reach down and just pull them right up. If you have clumping elephant ears like these, once I loosen it, I like to come back and throw it over in the wheelbarrow. Without breaking your plants all up. Look at those bulbs. And then on these clumping type, I like to put my dirt into my wheelbarrow so that after I get done with all the ones that's evident, I can pick out the others. So let's come over to the wheelbarrow. So we got most of our stuff on these clumpers in our wheelbarrow. Now like I say, if you have just big single elephant ears, you would have just been able to pull it up. I'll do a video later on them. But just take your clumps and start looking at them and pulling everything off of them. You can see them. We have several there that you could break apart and plant in different places. Now, if you were going to store these, you would just cut this top off. I'm not going to store them, I'm going to replant them. And so if you're going to store these, you definitely want to get all the dirt and different things off of them. Get them cleaned up nice. Separate them. And lay them out and let them dry for about a week inside where it's dry somewhere where the air is moving. We're not going to store these today. As I told you, I just dug these because I was trying to plant something else there. So we're gonna go through it and just separate them and then plant them somewhere else. So I'm gonna go through here and keep separating them. When I'm done, I'll show you what I got out of this one little clump. After it's all over and done with, this is pretty much what we got. Now it's important to note, these things spread rapidly. All these elephant ears you see right here come from one that I planted last year. So you don't have to spend a pile of money buying a bunch. Just buy you a couple or get you a couple from a friend, plant them right, and they'll have so many you won't know what to do with. So now you know how to dig up your elephant ears if you need to store them for the winter or transplant them, whatever. Principle's pretty much the same with exception of those storage techniques that I told you about. That's pretty much all there is to it. I appreciate y'all joining me.